Please tell the people watching what you do for a business.
Well, I thought we'll put it into perspective of life itself. So if you today, the curtain came up and we came on this live and we both will discuss few things. Something similar happens in life. One is born, we go through the life structure, we meet few people, there'll be few people who will join us on this call. And at some point, the curtain will go down. People will move on to their lives. You will go and interview someone else. I'll go somewhere else. All my job is to tell people to just pause, wait, stop, and meet life. So in this moment, I am completely present and enjoying this moment. And that's what my job is. I do that through meditation, mindfulness, one-to-one classes. But all my work is to tell people that this is right now what is happening is real. I don't know if that is a job description, but this is what I do.
Well, I've got to be honest, sir. Just listening to you speak, I'm feeling at peace already, man. I'm like, let me just sit back. If anyone's got any questions, please fire them over. Thank you, Maria. I do have lots of energy, but Mitra is really kind of calming me down. I feel so relaxed. We've had 10 minutes and I'm like, oh, I'm all chilled. So what inspired you to start the business?
I think we'll go back a few years, not few, let's go back about 23, 24 years ago. I was living in India, learning and teaching meditation in ashrams, the typical, and because I could speak English, all the people who came from West, New Zealand, US, Australia, Britain, Europe, most of them were my responsibility because we could do the conversation.
You could converse, yeah.
So obviously meditation was a little bit of exercise, but we would talk hours on end, and I had never been to West before.
Yeah.
Obviously had access to newspaper or English news, and I would think, these people have everything.
Yeah.
Nice roads. Then Indian roads had more holes than the road. The electricity is dodgy. The food is dodgy. The water. And West has got everything.
So we think.
And people are coming in hundreds of thousands. Obviously Beatles made it quite famous in the 1960s, and Julia Roberts started going, and then and we would talk, and these were people in their late 50s, late 60s who had found everything or lost everything, married a few times, loved, lost love. But then what? And they were searching for something.
Yeah.
And we would say, they would say, we have got everything, but not ourselves. Somewhere, something is happening. We've dragged through the life, but now what? And I would think, would I ever go to West and teach how amazing this life could be if meditation was in your life?
Yeah.
So the seed was put many, many years ago. But meditation is such a huge subject.
Yeah.
You cannot call yourself a meditation teacher with authority, with just few practices or certifications and things like that.
Yeah.
It took me over 23 years to call myself a meditation teacher.
Wow.
Because, I was on the road to simplify meditation. And what meditation people were doing 5,000 years ago, the environment was different.
Yes.
Now, the human is modern. Nobody wants to go to Himalayas and sit in the caves. People have to do their job. Yeah. West is amazingly positively progressive.
Yeah.
But if we just merge tiny bit of mindfulness in it, it will be an amazing, beautiful life to live and place to live. Yeah. So I was working on it. It became almost like a quest for myself. Now, my last job was as a project manager in aviation in Bournemouth. And I was And I was project managing my own project of life.
Yeah.
And when I was ready, it was time to just take it away, you know, jump into that sea of, as we call it, business or whatever, because this is the only way I can reach to the maximum number of people,
Of
help
course.
or spread the awareness. Um, it was scary, but you know, here we are with the platform, and I'm getting so much love. So
Oh
yes.
mate, you get love every time. Every time I'm in the same room as you, that's all you get is love. I suppose in essence, looking at what you've said, and you're right. I mean, in the West, we literally are on the clock. You're on the job. You get up at a certain time, you get to work for a certain time, you get home at a certain time, you eat your food as quickly as you try and settle down at a certain time, then you're in bed and you do it all over and all over again. And in between that, you got people telling you, a boss telling you what you can and can't do, when you can have time off, when you can be ill, when you can take your kids to school. And if you think about it, we're constantly under fire. So we've got all these beautiful things, the materialistic things, but we haven't got ourselves, our own time. And what you said, what you said there absolutely makes sense, because it's really funny. I remember a friend of mine went to Jamaica, and when he came back, he says, "You know something? I've been to Jamaica. I've seen some of the worst poverty I've ever seen, but I've also seen some of the happiest people I've ever seen in my life." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He says, "Well, they ain't got nothing, but they're not worrying about." They're not worrying about the things we worry about. They've got to worry about food, but they grow their own. They've got beautiful weather. Their lives are full of joy. They're not worrying about poll tax and this tax and that tax and being there on time. And you think, well, what is that balance? And from what you're saying, you're the
You
man
know,
with you're the man with the plan.
the everything that we do today, there's nothing wrong in it. There's nothing wrong in earning money, chasing the. I'll tell you a paradox in it. In living a beautiful life, we all need to live in a nice house, wear nice clothes. There's nothing wrong in it. We are just becoming aware that life is there before
Yeah.
it's too late.
Well, there it is.
And that's the beauty. That's
Yeah.
the beauty I want people to understand.
Yeah.
It's not, nobody needs to change anything.
Yeah.
Nobody needs to start enjoying it a little bit more, rather than living like a soul that is always miserable. There's always
the pressures of living. Yeah. I hear you. We've had a few questions coming. I think a few questions. Hey Jason, thanks for joining us, sir. Oh, Maria, yeah, he's very calming, isn't he? He's so calming. Maria wants to know. I think you may have kind of touched on it. How the heck did you go from aviation to what you're doing now? So, I mean, aviation. I mean, talk with me. What was you doing as a project man? Was you in planes all the time? Was you kind of like on the ground? How intense was that work?
I have touched quite a few careers in my life, and obviously it was just a way to come down. So when I
The
lived
way
in
to come
Italy,
down, I like it. Aviation, the way to come down.
yeah. So there are countries in the world where you don't need too much money to live. So when we were living in ashrams, people would give us clothes, food, shelter was there. But when you live in West, you have to work, and I was an engineer. I had a degree in engineering, so I said, boy, I will work. So I've worked in the city in a bank in Canary Wharf. I've worked in human resources for over 10 years.
Wow.
I've worked in
I bet you were great I bet you were brilliant in human resources.
oh, it was the most beautiful time.
I tell you, someone comes to you with a problem, and like within 5 minutes, they're like, oh, I'm gonna stay there now. I was gonna leave until I spoke to you, Mitra.
We would have such an amazing time. I mean, I was heading the whole human resources of a Spanish company once.
Wow.
Then I got given a contract management job of hundreds of millions of putting the air traffic system in the UK and Scotland.
Wow.
And yeah, so if you go to Prestwick in Scotland,
Yeah.
we did the air traffic system. Here in Swanwick, our Spanish company was installing the new air traffic control systems. And then I did
Wow.
it it was an amazing time, high flying career. You know, you
Yeah.
were tomorrow in Spain, other day in another country, looking after this. And it is a job where you don't have a percentage of error. You know, you can't say,
No,
oh,
no, no,
I'll have
no.
0.1% error and it will be fine. You know, you're playing with.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was phenomenal. I think my bosses knew that I had something to give. So from HR to contract management to site management to customer relations, I've won awards in House of Lords in London. I was also
What?
there was a
Wow.
there was a
That, that,
time there was
yeah.
a time when my LinkedIn name was so long. So I was, degree in engineering, chartered membership or degree in human resources, project management, MI members of Institute of Collaborative Working from University of Warwickshire. So it was all getting very heavy. Now I have just changed it to
Mitra, that's something that's absolutely amazing. I mean, if you can, I'm sitting here. The reason I'm sitting here open mouthed, and obviously I've met you a few times now. We've had a good old chat, and you've just given me another novel about you, which is like, we ain't going to touch on it now because we'll be talking for the rest of the week. But wow, so many corners and edges and. Woo. Morning, Stephanie. Thanks for joining us. Mitra could do mindfulness-based wellness for aviation professionals.
Yeah, no, in my job, I used to do, so we had people, because I've been in human resources, because I've got a project management, because I've sat in board meetings, this is something that I want the organizations to understand.
Yeah.
If you look, the people are in so much pressure. And think about it, an employee wakes up every morning to come and do a job for you. But the picture beneath is they are searching for another better job and you are looking how to replace them. That relationship,
it's a dodgy relationship, isn't it? It's
yeah.
like, there's no trust there. One's always thinking about how can I get rid of the other. One's always thinking how can I get more than what they're giving me, and I feel undervalued. And it's tough.
I mean, I was the craziest human resources guy people had ever seen.
I'd love to have worked for you. I'd love to have been on one of your cohorts, one of your staff, man. I'd have skipped into meetings. Really would.
If there is a problem, we can find a solution.
Yeah.
If there's no solution, then it's not a problem. We need to move on. Or a human is the purest form of existence. Human is not a problem.
No.
How we interact with the human needs to change, and that's where mindfulness, compassion, forgiveness, acceptance. I mean, I understand every business is there to make money. Good, make money, make as much money as you can. But the people who are helping you make that money, treat them. Don't mess it up in a policy handbook. And
yeah, I've worked for a few of them companies where they bring out a new process and the whole dynamics of the business changes. But yeah, you're right. At the center of everything is people.
Even the children. So I do some classes for my local school teachers. Some of the institutes or the organizations bring there. So last couple of months ago, we did 120 people of an organization came up to spend an hour with Mitra. So it's a drop by drop progression that is happening. I mean, teachers' jobs are so stressful. Hospitals, so a couple of doctors in the mental health ward, we are talking to them. So even the hospitals, the nurses, not because of what is happening at the moment, it has always been. Yeah. Because as if we have taken it for granted that we need to thrive in pressure. It's not. It's not. So
pressure ain't good for anybody. It's not good for anybody. Obviously, so you walked away from the high-flying project management aviation job and so decided to do your own thing. So I'm going to assume that there have been challenges, but tell us about some of those challenges and how you've overcome them. Because obviously, the way that you're set up as who you are, I kind of see you as seeing a challenge and going, right, what's the opportunity from this? Well, I might be wrong. I mean, that's how I perceive you as being. But tell us about some of the challenges you've overcome with starting the business and getting it going.
Well, you know, the word challenge in itself is a mind-produced phenomena. Everything that happens. So look at our mind. Mind is your only friend who is thinking for you 24/7, 365 days, or looking after you, but we don't look after it.
Yeah.
And so what I do is, if so obviously it was challenging. Everything was a challenge. I had never done a something like this. It was very scary to leave a very good paid job, high flying silk suits, leather shoes.
Ooh, silk suits! Whoa!
And the Chanels and the and the watches, and the fear, obviously, because we live in a this is really, really important. So how we live is the desire to have more,
Yeah.
and the fear of losing what we already have. This is the circle.
Yes.
Breaking it can be really, really
Powerful.
scary.
Yeah.
But once you break it,
Yeah.
the euphoria is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Now, don't forget, I was a project manager. I was project managing it for quite a few years, and I knew that what I had in my mind on bringing meditation to people, simplifying it, making it effective, and making it accessible through technology was going to be challenging.
Yeah.
However, not impossible. And there are lots of people who are doing it. But I knew that what I'm bringing is creme de la creme.
Boom.
There will be no fear. And thankfully, my wife of many years knew that she had married this crazy Indian who looks like a buffalo.
You're like Omar Sharif, man. You're the smooth. You're only missing a pair of sunglasses, man.
Will someday this is going to happen. So she was already ready. So I called her from the office and I said, I'm coming home. But before that, about 3 years ago, I had started looking for people who can help me out, people who understand what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
So how the website is going to be done, how the drip mechanism is going to be done, how, and also because we live in a consumer-led world.
Yes.
I know the businesses are trying to give people a lot and trying to charge less. So we want more and more and more. We want to pay less and less and less.
Yeah.
Here, I was going the other way. I was giving less. So one meditation a month comes to people.
Yeah.
And making, if you look at other things, you know, there's meditation for this, there's meditation for that, there's meditation for this. Go on YouTube, there are millions of meditation, but it doesn't work like that. And I knew it, and I believe in it. And I said, I am going to go for it because this is the right way to do. And because meditation sets you free. It should not create bondage. So I should not be asking you to meditate every day for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Because you will end up missing it. And if you miss many, it will create a feeling of guilt.
Yes.
And that's the counterproductive way of, you set your Mitra free. You know, let them naturally do it when they want to do it. And that's what we did. But yeah, it was beyond challenging. But once you've decided, oh, nothing can stop. Nothing. I mean, the challenge was, if you think I was born in a small town in India, I'm sitting here in southeast of England talking to you about meditation, how challenging that journey would have been.
Well, so, if you'd have looked back when you first started in India and said, if someone had said to you, oh yeah, X amount of years, you're going to be doing what we're doing now, you'd have been, don't be silly. Don't be daft, because you wouldn't have been able to see it.
Yeah.
And I say to a lot of people, it is about the journey, isn't it? It is about the journey. You can't, the only way you can do a journey fast is by spending lots of money. But, you take your time and you appreciate it more. You see more.
See, the first step, let's say if somebody's listening who wants to do something, the first step takes you closer to the destination. The destination is an illusion.
Yeah.
The destination is a complete illusion. People don't understand it. You know, if you have a 4-bedroom house, tomorrow you want 5, then 6, then a house.
Yeah.
If you're on a 50 grand salary, you want 100.
Yeah.
If your business is making X amount of money, you want to. So the destination, the end result is an illusion.
Yeah.
The journey is, I mean, I remember 10 years ago, I was in Canary Wharf talking to my friends. I would do some bits and pieces here, teaching meditation, teach to my teams, and all my British friends would laugh. They say, "You've gone crazy. We are upper, what was that phrase? We are tight upper lip
Stiff upper
British,
lip. Stiff upper lip.
stiff upper lip people. We don't."
A tight upper lip's like that.
Yeah, and we would laugh, and I mean, obviously they're all friends. We would joke that we don't do this meditation and woo-woo thing, you know.
They don't have time. They don't give it. They don't make time for all that though. That's the problem. They don't see the value in going, right, let me stop and ground myself and take a moment for me. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's all about this.
Yeah, yeah. But if you see 10 years down the line, once somebody has trust on your intention,
yeah,
then the heart starts to open.
Yeah.
And then the meditation, you know, nobody does meditation. This is something I want your audience to understand. You never do meditation. Meditation happens to you. It could be happening right now. It happens to you, just like the sleep happens to you. And this is where we've been educating. So I was being interviewed by BBC Radio a few weeks ago, or a couple of months ago. And the host asked me that, how is this, you know, how you want people to change? And I said, you see, meditation is being missold to the West, just like the PPIs were missold. You know, the PPIs.
yeah.
Meditation is being simply missold because everything is being used in a utilitarian way. So people say, oh, if I'm going to sit down and meditate, tell me first what I'm going to get. That's how the utilitarian world works. Yeah. I'm going to eat this chocolate, how I'm going to feel. So this is where the desires need to drop.
Yes.
And that's why I have made meditation simple. It's not a chore. People put their headphones, listen to it. Nobody needs to fold their legs. Nobody needs to light candles or anything.
Because that is the perception though, isn't it? It is very much. I mean, even today, I mean, I did a video and I did a story on Instagram, and I almost went for the kind of cross-legged, you know, and I thought, no, because you don't seem to come across as that. And that to me is more yoga. Even though yoga is also a form, or can be used as a form of meditation, but that's not the perception that you give off about it. And Mitra, man.
Also, fantastic. You know, the fantastic thing is the trying. When you say I'm going to, it becomes a chore.
It becomes
You have to be playful. You know, this is the most beautiful thing that will happen to one's life once you touch that note.
Because I suppose you can literally meditate anywhere. I mean, I could sit back after we finish, close my eyes, and just sit back and just meditate.
So I'll tell you what meditation is in a nutshell. So So when we look at something, let's say after this interview, you looked outside in your garden or on the street, you open the window and you see this grass. You see, immediately you think grass is green, or that tree is tall, or that thing is yellow. Meditation is just witnessing things as it is. Drop the judgment. So it's just moving that curtain, opening that window so you see as it is.
Yes.
Rather than attaching, because you can only use language to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Meditation takes you beyond that verbal restrictions.
Oh, Mitra, man. Seriously, man. Right. I'm just going to go through some of the comments. Right. Hi, Simone. Thanks for joining us. Ooh, I'm finally here. I think she's having trouble finding us. She's so excited for this. My favorite, the Indian buffalo for the win. What's that? I can't believe I missed the pose at the beginning. I'll have to go back and watch later and replay. Maria Simonetti, she's a beautiful name. There is the book in you, Mitra. There's probably several books in you. Probably about 10 or 15 books in you, actually. Natasha Yes, meditation is very missold. She meditates washing her dishes, driving the car. Everything is meditation. Boom.
Beautiful.
The one I always get is, how do I stop my thoughts?
It's a very good point. So stop trying to stop them. There's a phenomena that we use. So this is the biggest issue at the moment. So when we look at stress, anxiety, the thoughts going wild, you befriend. So this is a very unique technique I want to tell everybody today.
Are you listening, guys? Listen up to this, because this is a golden nugget. We normally charges £200 for this. So yeah.
So you know, let's say I'm anxious and thoughts are coming in. They're coming in with the speed of 100 miles an hour. So what happens is, if you look at your breathing,
yes,
your breathing changes in the emotion that you are in.
Yes.
So if you're angry, you will breathe faster. If you're calm, you'll breathe slower. There's a technique called Tanden. It is a Japanese, thousands of years old technique. So just 2 inches before your navel is the area where you should be breathing from. It takes a little bit of practice. So your belly breathing is also called a Tanden. When the thoughts are coming in, those so speed, one after the other, you come into that position of Tanden. You breathe down to just below your navel and then let it go. It takes a little bit of time. And then you look at this thought. So let the thought X has come in and you welcome it like a guest. All right then, sir, what do you want now?
You welcome it like a guest.
Yeah, you say, okay, Mr. Thought X, you're here now. I'm gonna drive you crazy.
I just did that while I was doing it. Oh mate, honestly, you're powerful, you know.
You know the stressor you get, the shorter your breath distance will become.
Oh, okay.
What you do is you reverse the psychology of this.
Yeah.
Go down.
You're breathing deep, breathe deeper.
Deeper, rather than, you will see when you're very stressed or anxious or angry or depressed, you start breathing from the chest.
Yeah, you're like that. Right? Yeah.
The thought starts to become shallow. So the shallower breathing, the shallower the thoughts and the stress. You just go down to Tanden, to Mitra, to the belly, and say, okay, Mr. X thought, let's look at you. What do you want from me? So the thought itself will get stressed and go away. The second will come. You just become the witness of this phenomena. And then you will realize your thoughts are not you.
Of course.
Your mind starts to play the game. So as you get anxious, they will play more because they're having this fun with you.
Yeah, poking you in there.
Yeah. And there'll be a stage, you know, if people, some of my Mitras or some of the people who are on the platform, my meditations go slow up and up and up like the beats of the music. And slowly you'll start to know that, you know, there is no reason.
Did you just call them my Mitras? Have you got lots of, you got so your fans are called my Mitras?
So Mitra means a friend.
Yes.
So I am Mitra.
Yes.
And anybody who comes to in my life through the platform or through classes or through the meeting becomes my Mitra. So they call me Mitra and I call you Mitra. So there's no barrier there's no name to the relationship. It's friendship.
Oh, fantastic.
Friendship with human, friendship with life, friendship with this breath. And that's how.
Well, you know, you guys listening, I'm not being funny. I mean, that's that technique, Tanden.
Tanden. And belly breathing.
Belly breathing.
Sometimes it can be really difficult. So let's take some extreme example. You know, somebody has just lost their business, lost their partner, lost the house, almost at the time of being bankrupt. So what? I mean, this life is a miracle.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to understand it. This life is a miracle. It's only bonded with our own foundations. If you properly think, nothing, nobody can take away from you. Nothing. It's what you lose it all to get it all is the point you want to be. These little scares are the tricks things play, you know.
Oh, this is just life throwing curveballs, isn't it? It's like, whoa, catch that, whoa, catch that. And like you say, if you know, meditation is a technique to help you, you know, deflect, handle, embrace.
it is a technique to give you that time and space where you can get the clarity. That's all its work is.
Yeah.
Pause, wait, stop, and meet life.
Yeah.
Not anything else. Meet
Yeah.
this life.
Yeah.
Friend it. And that's where the clarity starts to happen, because you cannot teach. This brain is very intelligent. You know, you go into neuroscience of meditation, go into the science of meditation. This brain is the most intelligent computer ever on planet. What meditation does is gives it that time and space. So I use music in my meditations.
Yeah.
Music's word, if you correlate it to the happenings of the universe, is sound, frequency, and vibration. So what the music does is create certain frequency that creates certain emotions. My voice connects to create vibration, and if people can connect to it, meditation will flow like no one's business.
Right. Hey, Vikash, Mohan, morning. Mitra, looking sharp as always. He's looking smooth, isn't he? I mean, I was trying to kind of decide, but I think I changed 3 times before today. I wasn't sure what to wear. But he's looking cool. It's okay, Simone, if you're meeting ran late, it happens. Simone says she needs a haircut. And she also listens to meditations every single day because it's just magic. There's no other way to explain it. Natasha, when I meditate and do breathing work, I travel and get downloads. And Natasha uses music, herbs, and fragrance to kind of get herself there and you know, get in touch with what's going on. Wow, Mitra, listen, what are we talking? We're talking. I've still got some questions for you, man. Right. So you have revealed quite a bit actually today, a lot more than I knew. But tell us one thing about you that not many people know about.
You know, I got almost shortlisted for The Apprentice with Lord Sugar twice.
Oh no!
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm quite thankful I didn't make it to the final 15, but I mean, the talent in that competition is so huge. So
yeah. How come they make them look like they ain't that talented though? Because when they go on there, they make some real crazy decisions, don't they?
Yeah, it's I mean, this is what one night I was watching Apprentice and I thought, come on, you can't be so like that. I'm gonna go there.
Yeah. Well, I think obviously, I suppose it's good TV editing, isn't it? And the reality is, you know, a task which takes a day on TV it's probably taken a week. So you do
must admit, the room I was in where the people interview you, and I had just the concept of my meditation platform.
Yeah.
I just had the concept, but I was seeing people so talented, and I was in awe of people amazing at business.
Yeah.
I didn't stand a chance. I didn't, but at least I braved enough to go.
The thing is, you can't, you know, you can look back on your life and say, hey, I gave that a go, and I think that's what life's about. It's about realizing that, you know, time is limited. You know, if you got, you know, we're all on an egg timer, so you can either embrace it, appreciate it, enjoy it, live it, take part in it, or you can get to the end of it and say, if only I'd done that. If only I'd done this. If only,
there's a huge story that I used to work for KPMG, the firm. I knowingly volunteered into an old age home where people were suffering from dementia.
Yeah.
And I would meet, and obviously, especially, you know, people don't understand the mental health problem in us men is far more greater than we are anticipating in this country itself.
Yeah.
And I would speak to them, dance with them, play music, and they would forget.
Yes.
They would forget and the next day I would come in, and sometimes these people had been majors in army or had done quite a lot. Some people say, only if I had one more month, I had so many things to do.
Yeah.
The crux of life is when you're ready.
Yeah.
Then you say, you know what, I have lived it.
Yeah.
Come on, let's see what next. And that's the place we want to be.
Yes, absolutely. Sorry about that. Right, so if somebody was crazy enough to want to start a business right now, what 3 bits of advice would you give them?
See, look, become friends with your competition. Be compassionate to your competition.
Like it.
Obviously, because there are very only few things left on planet which has not been done. So
Yes.
somehow or the other, if you're trying to start a business, will somehow get some inspiration from somewhere. So you befriend,
Yeah.
learn from their successes. Sometimes don't even be afraid on reaching out to your competition and say if they can help you,
Yeah.
rather than just doing a senseless jump.
Yeah.
The second would be kind to yourself in business. Because there will be failures, there will be stresses, I mean, I can't tell you how much problems, especially if you're in IT or finance, or if your business is coaching. Be kind to yourself. Once you are centered, I'm telling you, business will flow like no one's business.
Yeah.
And third, never hesitate to ask for help.
Yeah.
Never. Don't even think. I'm telling you, I have been helped by so many amazing people. I would just reach out and say, look, I don't know how to do this, but I want to do this. And I'm telling you, the help is there.
Oh, it
So
is. It is.
first, research competition, be compassionate to your competition, be kind to yourself, and reach out for help. I don't know if
Fantastic.
that makes sense, but yeah.
No, absolutely. Absolutely makes sense. Because, a lot of people stay stuck for a long time for the sake of asking a question. And I think it comes back to this kind of fear thing of people think, oh, all the questions sound stupid. Well, no question is stupid, because
Nothing is stupid.
any question that you ask, somebody else is also thinking of the same question, and you asking and getting the answer actually helps a lot more people as well. So, it carries forward, doesn't it? So, Mitra, is there anything that the people watching can do to help you right now?
I think my life's mission is now making people aware of life itself. I want people to pause, wait, stop, and meet life. I am available. I'm here. I'm a very simple guy. Um, I'm on. I've only been on Facebook for a very short period of time. So
Yeah.
I would want people to connect, ask me questions, look at my website. I have my subscription is free for 7 days. See, I can't sell meditation to anybody. So what we do, 7 days is free. There's a welcome message, there's a meditation, there's a sleep one, there's a SOS, so few things, and see if that is something they would like to try.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
because it will not everybody will like it, so they can just cancel.
Yeah.
People can download what is there and cancel. So it's a gift from me. Just download everything that is available in free and cancel. But how people can help me is by at least being curious about meditation.
Yeah.
This is my life now.
Yeah.
And mindfulyou.space is my website. Be playful with meditation, and then and that will help me a lot.
Absolutely fantastic. So, you people watching, just go along, go and listen, go and find out for yourself, and understand that meditation, what you may know about meditation or think you know about meditation, isn't necessarily the only way to do meditation. And I think what
No, and people don't only have to, the world is your oyster. You don't have to come only to mine. This is my, find it, there's Eckhart Tolle, there's Ravi Shankar, there's Sadhguru, there's Abraham Hicks, there is Headspace, there's Calm, there's YouTube. All I'm saying is fun. One last point I want to say is how meditation works. This is very crucial. So once you know the source, so let's say in this case, I am the source. Once you trust the intention of source, that Mitra's interest is in your mindfulness and nothing else, not in your money, not in your 75% of your meditation is done. Once you can connect with the voice, so not everybody will like my voice, because voice is the one that creates the vibration in the body.
Of course.
Once you connect yourself to the voice, 95% of meditation is done. This is very crucial. The 5%, is being playful with it.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that, being playful with it. It just sounds like kind of cute. Mitra, when we finish, I want you to go back to this video and I want you to drop all your links in the comments so anyone who's watching can get in touch with you and go and check out what you are giving away for free to make, you know, to help them on their journey to understanding what they can get from meditation. Now, I do know that you have a little outro for us, which you're going to play. So I'm gonna say goodbye now, guys, because we're gonna go. Well, I'm gonna go. Mitra's gonna just do something for us to finish us off, and when he's finished, he's gonna say goodbye as well, and then we'll catch up on you. We'll catch up on the other side. Mitra will end the stream.
So just so people to know, this is I all of my Mitras really like it. It's a 2 minutes 45 seconds clip. It is called "Bring Me Your Memories," and just enjoy it. You know, I'm going to play.
Do you need to close our eyes or
anything? Just flow with it.
Okay.
It's not a meditation. It's
okay.
It's in the SOS section. But yeah, close our eyes or just flow with it. Listen to it. I'm going to play it now. Pause for a minute. I want you to go back. Look back and find me some memories. Go right back to the memory itself of your life and find me one happy moment. Find it. The earliest memory of happiness. Now bring it in front of your eyes and relive that moment. Embrace it. Don't forget the smile. Now find me the second memory. Whenever you're down and out, Mitra, just go back to the memories. Happy memories.
Beautiful, man.